Hello everyone, I am once again adventuring to the Coffee Bean for a short writing session before going to Julie's birthday party tonight. Julie from the Draw, one of our singers. So I thought I would make my video on the way there, and yeah. Friday is definitely going to be the right day for me. It's much better than Wednesday, especially now. Although Wednesday might clear up again. You never know, depending on my rehearsal schedule. It looks like we might be switching to Fridays, so I might be switching back to Wednesdays for my video. So we will just see. There's no question to answer. I feel so I have no questions. No questions to answer. Makes me very sad. John, I did like your guitar video. That was great. It was awesome. I'm wanting to make my own music video before too long here. But yes, and I like your idea of us sending music clips to each other and making a song out of them. That sounds like a really great idea as soon as we get the time to do it. I wanted to talk today about video games. Video games have been something that Johnny and I in particular have enjoyed since a fairly young age. I remember my first exposure to them was at friends' houses because we never actually had a system of our own except for kind of the Super Nintendo that Grammy and Popo used to have. We used to play Mario on, which was fun. That was a long time ago though. Our first real system was a PS1 way back when. And that was, man, I don't even know how long ago, but that was our first game system. And ever since then, it's been kind of a struggle. Well, not ever since, but for a while after that, it was a struggle balancing playtime and work time in terms of school, especially when we were younger. The point is, today I bought PS3. Hey, I know what you're thinking. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, how could you do that? You're an adult. You're a grown man. You shouldn't be playing video games. And that is true. At least not all the time. And John Dane and I went in on this together on a special deal that I found on Groupon and ended up only spending about $85 a piece, at least on the system itself, which is not even as much money as I made at an extra rehearsal I had this week. So I thought it was pretty justified. And we've been thinking about doing it for a while, just as something for the two of us to do together. Just socially whenever we hang out. Not every time, of course, and not all the time, but as just something that we can do when we hang out. Because we both enjoy playing games, but we both really enjoy playing them socially, like together. Ow! I've got a freaking splinter in my shoe or something poking my toe. Just a second. Ow! When it comes to video games, the problem, as I see it, is no different than any other form of media or entertainment. Just like someone could sit in front of the TV for hours on end watching Game of Thrones, which, you know, I've definitely done. Or just like someone could watch, you know, a few different movies back to back, watch the Star Wars trilogy back to back or something like that. You know, somebody can sit down and play video games for, 3 hours. There's really no difference. It's just, if you're sitting down on the couch and either watching or engaging in the digital media, there's not a whole lot of difference. I mean, one difference might be the quality of the actual content. I mean, where if you're watching a really good movie or TV show, there's a lot of good content, story-wise, and that you're sort of absorbing as a result of watching it. Whereas you could argue with a video game, a lot of times the story is not nearly as exciting or engaging or deep or, thought-provoking, which is, generally pretty true. However, I think video games as a media have been evolving a lot over the last few years and are getting to the point where some of the stories and just the tales that they're able to tell through that medium are rivaling some of the stories that TV and movies tell. I think they're really becoming a legitimate media source for storytelling as well as just for entertainment, pure entertainment. And that's really the important thing to me when it comes to entertainment, is that if you're gonna spend time watching something or engaging in some form of entertainment, I'd like it to be some sort of storytelling-based entertainment. That's really the only... let me think for a second. Yeah, I mean, if you think about our entertainment, I mean, that's really the only point to it, in terms of at least what I watch, or, engage in entertainment-wise. I watch Game of Thrones, I'll watch, any other TV show I happen to be hooked on at the time with Lydia, usually, one at a time, like we were on House of Cards earlier this year. We watched that, whenever it came out. Yeah, I don't really play video games right now, and haven't for quite a few years now, just because I've been in college and too busy for that sort of thing. But now that I'm out in the world and in society as an adult, I feel comfortable adding video games as a medium to my repertoire of options as far as entertainment, story-based entertainment goes. Although, in the context we are going to be using it, John Dana and I, it is more of a social engagement, which is more similar to something like, sitting down to play a board game, that kind of thing. And we'll use it in the same way, just like if we were by ourselves and we wanted to play, the Game of Thrones board game or something. I'm mentioning Game of Thrones a lot. I'm a little obsessed. So yeah, just like if we were going to sit down and play the Game of Thrones board game or play the Sicily board game that Josie got me, which we have played, by the way, Joe, if you're watching this, and it is pretty awesome, although extremely rule intense and heavy. Thank you. That was an awesome gift. But anyway, the point is, the context we are using the PS3 for is going to be very much that sort of thing, where we have an evening to ourselves, Lydia's out of the apartment, we need something to do, just hang out. We can either play a board game, or we could just go somewhere to get a drink, or we could go watch the hockey game, which we have done, or another option is to utilize that media and just hang out and have a good time. Not for hours and hours on end, but, for a nice evening, that kind of thing. So yes, all that to say, I was really pondering today whether it was the right decision to spend some money on a video game system when I'm a 23-year-old adult trying to make my way in the world in a fairly expensive city and, saving money for lots of things. But I decided that given the great deal that I found, and also it being something John Dana and I have wanted to do together for a while, and have been looking for an opportunity to, do, and seeing also the fact that I had a little bit of extra income that covered the expense, I decided to go ahead and do it. And I think that's a completely legitimate thing. And I will definitely be very careful in managing the time. It's not even going to be at my apartment. And I think it's something that we're just going to do together, like I was saying, for a social, way of interacting. I mean, heck, we might even come up with some sort of system where I keep the cords and he keeps the console, so it's not even possible to play just in our free time, by ourselves at all, and just use it purely as something recreational we can do together when it's just the two of us, and it's not going to be bothering anyone, and it's not going to be interfering with our work. So that's another option as well. So yeah, just sort of a lot of thoughts, rambling thoughts about the proper use, I guess, of video games in some ways, and also just sort of running through in my own mind the reasons I had for indulging in it this time. Johnny, I'm going to ask you as a computer guy, do you prefer Sony or Microsoft? Basically, PlayStation or Xbox. I don't know if you know any of the technical things I wouldn't know, but if you do, is there any particular reason why one is better than the other? And, in layman's terms, preferably. So yeah, hopefully I will see you do a video on Monday. If your voice is not still gone, I'm sorry about that, and I hope you're feeling okay, and I'm looking forward to seeing all of you in a couple months. Well, about a month and a half now. Not just on the screen, but, IRL, as the tech people say on the internet, apparently. Anyway, cool, I love you all.